everyone. It's Friday, September 30th. The time is now 6:06 a.m. in the Central Standard Time. Let's go for a ride. Come on. Let's go.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. Okay, I don't know, whatever it is, it's not right on the teleprompter. I don't know what that is. I've never seen that.
No, there it is. We are going to do Sting, yeah.
Okay, but yeah, I can't read it. There's no words on it.
Okay. Ready? Sure.
There's no words there. To play us out. What does that mean? To play us out.
Sting is going to do. It's a video. Sting video. Okay.
What is
for credits?
I don't know what that means. To play us out. What does that mean? To end the show?
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Go.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it.
Okay. In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. And we will leave you with a... I can't do it.
Okay.
We'll do it live.
Okay. No.
We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it, and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
In 5, 4, 3.
That's tomorrow, and that is it for us today. I'm Bill O'Reilly. Thanks again for watching. We'll leave you with Sting and a cut off his new album. Take it away. Good morning, Vietnam!
You're now tuned into the most censored morning show in the realm, Rise and Grind. Good morning, everybody. It's Friday, September 30th. The time is now 6:12 a.m. in the Central Standard Time. How's everybody doing today? Are you all ready for your weekend? We've got some news, some memes, and just some easy talk this morning planned. And some absolutely the most important part of the day here is the music. That first one was a nice slow easer. It was called Losing You by Kazuki. I thought it was nice. So I think we should get into some of this content, but we're in absolutely no rush today, okay? We're just going to go through this stuff and just hang out, okay? So I hope you guys got your freshly ground coffee with you, and you're just ready to learn with me, that's all. I just want to learn. I just want to share it with everybody else. Let's get into this first one here. It says, no matter how old you are or how old you get, never stop holding hands. Never stop dancing, and never stop saying, I love you. It's so important, okay? Never stop. Any of these things. Dance, laugh, hold hands. Find your true loving self inside of you, It's hard. Sometimes we wake up and we're just in a bad mood. And everybody, we all go through the same things. This place is such a grinder. Just, if you do these things here, hold hands, dance, tell people that you love them, it helps, I promise. This next one says, I love you neither with my heart nor with my mind. Because my mind or my heart might stop, and my mind is going to forget. I actually love you with my soul, because my soul never forgets, and it never stops. It's limitless, just like your soul too. This one says, from tiny seeds grow mighty trees. Here's like that one. It's a beautiful forest. This one says, inner work. We inherit patterns from our first families. And at some point, we have to start asking ourselves which patterns we're carrying forward that don't serve us, or the vision we truly want for ourselves. Doing inner work is about taking full responsibility for how we want to show up for ourselves and others. Choose to rewrite your internal script. Are you doing the inner work? I know a lot of us are. I know. We're forced to. We don't have a choice. But just know that you're capable, you're strong, you're powerful, you're wise, you're gentle, you're strong. You can be anything you want to be. Just visualize it. Remember, if our situation was actually hopeless, their propaganda wouldn't even be necessary for anything that we're going to go through today. All of the stuff that you're going to see that the governments and the mainstream media and all these other places are spending trillions and trillions of dollars is because they're losing. It's the only thing they have is to come on TV or on some internet site and lie and spread propaganda, because they're weak. The truth devours the lies and deceptions. It is the roaring lion, not me, not you. It's the truth. So get up, all you truthers out there. I know it's tough. Just keep going. Just go through the motions and you're going to get to the end. It says it will come to you if it's meant for you. So relax, take a deep breath, chill out. It doesn't matter what you want, what you don't have, what you wish you had. Because if it's truly meant for you, it's going to come. It's going to show up. I promise. And I guess that's it. Let's get into it. We got some news to do. So I'm going to get into another song. Mostly today, I just wanted to go live really just because I wanted to share this music with you guys. Music is so important for me. I use it throughout the entire day when I'm working, when I'm talking. It helps me to write. It helps me to think. It helps me mourn. It helps me be happy. It helps me do everything. So I just really, most of the time, I just want to come out here and share good music with everybody. That's the goal. Then this here truth and the memes and all this other stuff. This is how I program my own mind. And I just do it live. And if somebody shows up, that's great. If somebody enjoys the content, that's great. But at the end of the day, I do this for me, right? I do this for me. And I was inspired by a special friend, and I wanted to do it because What are we if we don't share and do the things that we were created to do? We're actually not who we are. So the most important thing is that we embrace our gifts and skills and craft them and work hard and never give up. It doesn't matter who you are. It doesn't matter what you've done in your life. You can do anything that you put your mind to. I'm going to see you guys after this first song break. This is the only morning show. It's not sponsored. Good one. On My Way by Zenden. What a great song to get us going into the news section of the morning. Hopefully you guys are ready. Are you ready to laugh? Let's see if we've got something funny today. But again, all of this commentary and everything that I do here is mostly improvised. So if I'm not funny, it's because I wasn't ready. I didn't have it figured out. I just try to do everything I can on the fly. Look at this. Effective October 1st, it says we're removing all... Is this... I want to make sure something was truncated. We're removing all the Cerveza 19 border and travel measures. What? We'll continue to follow the latest available science, they say, and do whatever is necessary to protect your health, they say. Stay protected by keeping your jabolas up to date, though, says the Justin Trudeau clown administration. But hey, YD, let's go. I think Tabernacles is coming. And if they're saying that there's no restrictions, I'm going to do everything I can to make sure that your health is well enough that you can come down here and enjoy Tabernacles with us. Thank you, Justin, for turning this off just in time. But you're still going to have to pay for all of those crimes. Deeply, deeply calm. Good morning. I'm trying to bring the energy up a little bit here. The substorm is the worst. Now, shout out to everybody in... oh, we're not on to Florida yet. Sorry. Hold on, Ronnie Shine. Let's look at some beautiful shine. I love the Northern Lights, if you don't know. Northern Lights and loons. You can find me all over those things. This is beautiful. If you've ever experienced this or seen this, this is in Saskatchewan, it's saying. If you've ever seen this, experienced this, It's some of the most beautiful, the feeling you get in your heart when you see these things, it's just unbelievable. Good morning, everybody. Now, talking about everybody in Florida, my heart absolutely goes out to everybody that's devastated by these here storms. Unfortunately, when we decide to move in places where this happens, we're subject to this happening. But my heart goes out to them. Florida is going to rebuild. They're going to get everything all new again. That's what we're about here on this channel, making things new. So, okay, let's go in. This is what storm surge looks like. This is a time-lapse footage. This is showing you how the storm surge rises, and that's why they tell you when we warned that this is going to happen, you should evacuate the area, because generally it happens. Now, there's been so many nothing burgers. This one actually had some power to it. Came in like a good storm, kind of like Harvey, except Harvey just stopped along the coast of Galveston and stayed there for 3 days. So Floridians, this one just went strong and straight through. But my heart goes out to each and every one of you. Stay strong. Everything's going to be rebuilt. It's all going to be put back again. But interesting how high the water is now getting from this storm surge. Incredible. Most of these places, everything that the salt water got to, it's all going to have to be redone. It's going to be ruined, corroded. Water just destroys everything in its path. Moving on, my heart again. Look at this. Stay off the roads. Apparently there's sharks on the highways now in Florida. And now I'm not talking about mean, bad drivers. I'm talking about literal sharks on the highway. 2022. Who knew? It's true, though. Look at that. So the storm surge obviously brought some of the sea life into land. And I hope they continue to follow the storm surge back into the water so that they can continue to live their lives. Yeah, this is just crazy. I mean, excuse me. When Harvey happened and I was experiencing it basically just looked like, you know how it looks like when you look into your washing machine? You see the clothes and everything splashing and spilling against the window? That's what it felt like when I went through a hurricane. Everything was just the leaves and the branches. It was just, the water rose and rose and rose in the river we were on until it was like 30 feet higher. It was insane. But this here was a powerful storm, and they're going to rebuild. All these places are going to be rebuilt. Florida's going to come back newer, cleaner, better, and stronger after this. That's what happens. People do have to suffer to get through it, though. My heart goes out to the middle class and not the rich elite that just fly out of here and go live somewhere else till their, cottage home is fixed here on the ocean. My heart goes out to all those that are actually suffering because of this. You're on my mind. Let's get into some news now. The Nord Stream pipeline. Have you heard it has been destroyed, they say, forever? Have you been keeping up on this? Because this is quite the topic that's probably going to spark a lot of nonsense in this fake world war. Okay? That is the assessment they're saying from the Germanian intelligence service, according to the government sources, as reported. So let's continue to move on here. So here it is here. This is the Denmark's military apparently released this footage of the leak on the Russian-German #Nord Stream pipeline. Here it is. I don't know. I wasn't there. Why are they using black and white cameras? The military here. Like, don't they have colored cameras? I don't trust anything that comes out from, this could be fake. This just could be air that they're releasing from a pipe. I don't trust any of this. These pipes could still be moving gas. This is the thing with all of this nonsense propaganda. We can never trust anything that the media says. It's all scripted, fake, made for TV nonsense for an agenda. But yes, they're saying that the pipelines are destroyed. What does that mean? It means a lot. It does. They're starting to do all this stuff where they're starting to troll all the people that live around Russia and those countries surrounding areas. This could be what they faked the nuclear war over, right? Denmark assesses that the Nord Stream gas leaks were, they say, quote, caused deliberate act of violence here and not have been a result of accidents. So right away, when you see the other teams and all these people coming out saying it was an attack, everything, you can smell the agenda. It's not hard to see it or smell it. It's gross. Breaking, the explosions that rocked the Nord Stream took place near a Swedish-Polish power cable. Specialists have been called in to investigate whether the cable is also damaged. Yeah, I bet they investigated it real well. Sure. I bet they did. I guess we'll turn this down. I don't really like Tucker Carlson at all. Everyone on TV, both sides, are script employees of the New World Order. You got to be a Freemason, New World Order, satanic witch in the Church of Satan to get on this stuff. They don't just bring anybody on there. But let's listen to Tucker give his side of the narrative here. We're obviously going to blame Biden, right? Biden is the bad guy. It's so ridiculous watching him. Like, I feel like he has those, I'm not going to say it.
Would have to be a suicidal moron to blow up your own energy pipelines. That's the one thing you would never do.
Yeah, you'd have to be pretty brain dead.
Pipelines are the main source of your power and your wealth, and most critically, your leverage over other countries. Europe needs your energy, now more than ever with winter approaching. If you can't deliver that energy, then countries like Germany have no need to pay attention to what you want. You're in the middle of a war, an all-hands-on-deck war, so you need all the leverage you can.
War.
Under these circumstances, there is no chance you would blow up Nord Stream 1 or 2. Not now, obviously. In fact, it's so obvious that even our famously dim Secretary of State, Tony Blinken, seemed to acknowledge it. Sabotaging Nord Stream, he said today, is, quote, clearly in no one's interest. Right, but really only half right. It is true that blowing up Nord Stream does not help Vladimir Putin. He would not do that. Why would he? But that doesn't mean that other countries wouldn't consider doing it. They would consider it, and we know they have considered it because at least one of them has said so in public. In early February, less than 3 weeks before the war in Ukraine began, Joe Biden suggested on camera that he might take out these pipelines. Watch.
If Russia invades, that means tanks or troops crossing the border of Ukraine again. Then there will be a Nord Stream 2. We will bring an end to it.
Like, look at his face. What is wrong with this guy? Look at the look on this guy's. I wanted to say he looks like he's like constipated or having some problems. He just does not look. What is this look he's trying to make on his face?
How will you do that?
How will you do that? Like, what a stupid question. They're going to destroy it any way possible.
Exactly. Project and control of the project is within Germany's control.
Okay, so it's going to be blamed on Germany? Nah, it's going to be blamed on Russia, probably. Right?
I promise you we'll be able to do it.
Remember, this guy came out and literally did what do they call it? He told someone in Ukraine that you're not getting the $2 billion unless you fire the guy that's investigating my son. Right? He literally said it on television. That's illegal. Supposedly, in their stupid kangaroo Freemasonic nonsense Jesuitical societies. He said that out loud. And everybody just fluffed it under the table. That's nothing. Right? So now he came out and literally said we're going to destroy the pipeline, but yet nobody's going to think that he had anything to do with it. No. What you need to understand is that all the countries are just puppets. They're all just on the end of a string serving an agenda for something else. Every single government, there isn't one elected leader in the world, in the realm, that wasn't put there specifically to do an agenda to serve something else besides the freedom of the people. Right? And then the people think that they elected these people to fight for their freedoms. It's the most backwards thing you could ever have. And this guy, I'm not buying it. Why are they using this guy? I don't know. They like to use stupid people when they do their hoaxes. Like, look at what they did with George W. Bush Jr. Look at him. He was just nonsense. Twin Towers came down. He was telling people, go shopping. Right? Don't stop buying, he was saying. But this is even worse. The pipeline that they're now going to start, this is going to be the escalation to everything. We're going to watch it. We're going to cover it. We have to let you see this. But look at this guy's face. What is wrong? How is this somebody that anybody thinks cares about them? How does anyone think that this man cares about them? Now, I mean, only people that are really, really gone must believe that.
Notice how he phrased that. And he's the president. Doesn't phrase things by accident, particularly when he's reading off cards. He didn't say, I will...
either do you, Tucker. It's all scripted narrative.
...the delivery of gas from Russia to Germany. He said, there won't be a Nord Stream 2. We'll put an end to it. We'll take it out. We'll blow it up. How will you do this? He was asked. I promise you we will be able to do it. They thought this through. And yet those watching, very much including us, didn't take Biden seriously when he said it. This is the president who has declared climate change the most pressing emergency in the history of the world. This is the man who lectures you about using a wood stove or driving an SUV because of its emissions. This is the guy who spent billions trying to mitigate cow flatulence because methane.
So they're just going to mock him.
Methane pipeline in the middle of the Baltic Sea. It was hard to imagine.
Now they tie in the whole green energy nonsense into all this. Tucker has so many talking points that he's going to get into, where he's going to just bring his whole agenda, everything that they're radicalizing the right. Listen, they need both sides to be radicalized. You got to have the libtards radicalized and you got to have the right-tards radicalized. It's just how they divide and conquer. And Tucker knows exactly what he's doing. This is a wicked, evil man. If anyone out there thinks this guy is telling truth, you better get your brain checked. He reads a script just like Biden. That's it. But guess what? Surprise! Don't go too far from the podcast. Look, surprise. Norway and Poland gas pipeline opens the same day that the Nord Stream pipelines was attacked. I kid you not. Here they are on that day, unveiling their new pipeline.
That Europe hopes will ease its energy crisis. Leaders have inaugurated
Clown World.
a pipeline delivering gas from Norway to Poland. The Polish Prime Minister was joined by counterparts from Denmark and Norway, as well as EU representatives. It comes at a convenient time, as Europe is trying desperately to find new energy sources, and after Denmark and Sweden's discovery of a massive leak on the Nord Stream pipeline.
Today we are entering a new era, an era of energy sovereignty, of energy freedom, and of enhanced security. One of energy security and also of security in the broader sense of the word.
Don't worry.
This completion comes at a time of Russia's brutal war against Ukraine and Russia's manipulation of gas supplies to destabilize our energy market and our economies. So today, we in Europe together are sending a powerful message that Russia will not succeed.
So, I mean, obviously everybody has to understand that Russia is also controlled by the very same people who control the United States and all of Europe. It's a big chess game, and these are all just pawns that they move around on a table. But how interesting is it that Poland comes out the same day, almost thanking whoever destroyed the pipeline. And they're saying, but don't worry, there's more. We have a pipeline ready to bring you guys natural gas too. So we don't need Russia. The end of Russia domination of gas is coming. So, I mean, all this is just World War III rhetoric. They're just ramping up the stage, serving you up the dis and miss and propaganda to control what you think and understand. That's what they're doing. So let's get into another song break and we'll be right back.
I've been feeling like King Kong, so strong. Can I be someone you lean on? My life is like a rom-com. It's all a big blur in the lights now. Yeah, something ain't right. Where did you go now? Been waiting all night. Where did you go now? Well, don't you say it's all a game and we all play, 'cause it's more than me. But I didn't want to look the other way, and I can never find the right words to say. It's like I don't want to be in LA. Will you talk to me? And I'm sick of tucking in my feelings like a t-shirt. Now we're in the bleachers. I don't wanna only ever see you on a weekend. I know it sounds dramatic, like driving automatic, but I know I don't want no one else. I'm sitting beside myself, but I'd rather try a million times before I let you go. Yeah, something ain't right. Where did you go now? Been waiting all night. Where did you go now? Well, don't you say it's all a game and we all play, 'cause it's more than me. more to me. But I didn't want to look the other way, and I could never find the right words to say. It's like I don't want to be in LA. Will you talk to me?
What a great new song. Don't You Say by the Montreals. What a great new song to get us moving in the morning. Like I said, I just want to share the music today. That's all that really matters to me. This news here stuff, we just have to go through. We have to figure out what's going on together, right? Because what else are we going to do if we don't go over the content of the realm and what's taking place? We really need to. So, but I really just wanted to share music. That one I really liked. Again, that was Don't You Say by the Montreals. So let's get back into this. Let me see what's going on with my sound engineer. Let me check with the producer and make sure everything's on and working. And it is. Have you guys seen these botanical gardens in Brazil? Wow. This is just so beautiful. I wish I could walk through these gardens. But because of the New World Order, they've got a line painted on some imaginary line in the realm, but on a map, they'll show you a line painted on there, and they'll say, you can't cross this line unless you pay us and do all this other stuff. They have these rules. So I can't go visit this here garden here on Earth. I wish I could. Look at these trees. I want to sit and talk with these trees. Well, I guess I am right now, but I mean, I would like to be there in person. Beautiful, right? Breaking news, it says Elon Musk says hashtag Cybertruck will be waterproof and will briefly serve as a boat to cross rivers, lakes, and even seas. Yeah, what happens if the battery gets water on it, Elani? What happens? We're going to have some serious problems with your electric lithium batteries. Everyone's going to be burning to death in the water, if you believe it. 81 years ago, it says Igor Skikrosky, I butchered that name, demonstrated his helicopter invention to the public. Look at this. 80 years ago, this guy had a helicopter that he built. Come on. We're in the future, they say, right? We should have flying cars, they said we were going to have, right? Oh, yeah. Nonsense. Everything good, they kill the people that invented it and hide it. And they take it for themselves. This is good, though. He did a great job. I mean, it would definitely take a lot of practice. Not everybody's going to jump on this thing and just start flying around, right? But it's working. He's demonstrating that clearly. This was 80 years ago. Right? We're going to the moon, they say, right? Yeah. Okay, this is just, you got to be careful now about the meat that you're eating. So they got all this big push. They want everybody to eat, what kind of cow is it? The expensive kind. It's got all the fat in it. I can't remember. I'm drawing a blank. But listen, you need to really make sure that the meat and everything that you're eating is actually natural. Look.
A juicy, sizzling steak made by computer. While obtaining regular meat is a process that's been taking place for millennia, cow, butcher, beef, Redefined Meat, a meat alternative startup out of Israel, makes their product.
Go figure!
Technical process. The mix of soy and pea protein, chickpeas, beetroot, nutritional yeast, and coconut fat is formed into steak-like shapes using a 3D printer.
Our goal is to become the largest meat company.
A juicy, sizzling steak.
I can't believe this.
By computer.
Of course, it's coming out of the occupied state of Palestine. It's not Israel until it's proclaimed that by its rightful king. Until then, it was the land of Palestine, right? So, yes, they've come up a way to fake meat, fake fish, fake everything. These people just make me sick to my stomach. You got to be careful now all the time. They had all these shows where they were promoting that you buy these little type of cubes when you fry it, you cook the meat yourself like this, and I had a weird feeling that they were actually trying to promote their fake meat. And then they are. And they only show you that they faked it here and there or somebody leaks it. You'd never know if you went to certain places. So they've chemicaled it up so that it tastes like meat and the texture is like meat. We're showing you how they fake lettuce. They just like, they're just creating everything into abominations. Food, animals, water, everything. The skies, they are just wrecking everything. It's being documented. We're watching it all. It's the exact same thing that took place before the whole entire realm had to be flooded by water. This time, fire. So, yeah, keep it going, fallen angels. Keep on doing your nonsense, feeding people fake meat, fake lettuce, spraying the skies, poisoning everything. Unbelievable. Coming in off of the Donald. Don't worry, everybody. Donald's going to come back and save the day. It says here, U.S., quote, leadership, end quote, should remain cool and calm and dry, he says, on the whole sabotage of the Nord Stream pipeline. This is a big event that should not entail such a big solution, at least not yet. The Russian/Ukraine catastrophe should never have happened, and would definitely not have happened if I were president. Do not make matters worse with the pipeline blow-up. Be strategic, he says. Be smart. Brilliant. Winning, right? Get a negotiated deal done, quote, now, all caps. Both sides need it and want it. The entire world is at stake. I will head up the group, says Donald the fucking con artist Trump. So you can see he gets to play into the narrative too. It's funny that he's not acting like it's not all controlled, right? That it's not all both sides on the same side. How come Donald goes to the weeping wall and prays and cries and sticks a note inside the wall, and Vladimir Putin goes to that same wall and does Biden goes and does the same thing? How come they're all yoked up together but nobody else sees it? Oh, but they're against each other on these topics? No, they're just like in the NHL, two different teams playing against each other. Maybe I'm going to fight you today, right? I'm going to punch you in the head. You hit my lead player. I'm going to take you out. And then we go for beers and dinner afterwards, right? That's what it is. They're on the same team. They're in the same league on a different team is what I'm trying to say. Don't be fooled. Look at this nonsense, disinformation. Supposedly these people are being locked out of some kind of a supermarket. They're just standing. Go in. They're standing at the door. There's nobody stopping them. Nobody with a gun. This is the type of dis and misinformation propaganda that these people have been running for thousands of years. Oh, this person's telling them to leave. Yeah, sure. Oh, you can come in now. Why do they have to create this misinformation, I ask? Where are the people in these communities stepping up and telling the leaders of these communities, hey, you got to stop doing this, right? We're tired of being kicked out of every country in the realm. Nah. They just support it. Moving on. Russia is the most likely the first and only country in the realm where people actually flee, not because someone invaded their country, but because they invaded another country. So they set up the nonsense. The people in Russia are like, no, we're not going to any fake. They fled, right? The Russians are swimming across the river to get into the United States of Europe, right? They're the new Mexicanos. Run! I don't know what they're going to do, but this is interesting. Moving on, it says Canada was what? Yes, the leader in the Jabola purchases. They say here, we bought upwards of 7 to 8 shots per Canadian citizen. Why did we purchase so many, they ask? Well, did scrambling for Jabolas and excess purchases of them have a strong contribution to the poor policies and the absolutely forced mandated Jabolas? Yes, it was all part of the plan. And are they rolling it back? What are they planning next is my question, right? They didn't do all this for nothing. Bill Gates, has given yet another 200 million to the United Nations Digital ID public infrastructure, which includes civil databases. They're saying so far he's given 1.27 billion to a project that you never voted for. Yeah, like voting makes a difference. That's hilarious. Yeah, like voting matters. If it mattered, they wouldn't let you do it. All you do is give your consent to whatever agenda they want to do. But we're looking at this. We do not want the digital IDs. This is like, it was bad enough, they say, in the world wars when you had to show your papers, right? Now they want everyone to show your digital ID. It's crazy. It's crazy, but it's true. Thousands of people in Prague today fighting back against the sanctions against Russia. They're going with Russia. They're on the Russian side. Pretty clean. I'm surprised they didn't have English signs like the rest of the realm. So it's good to see people, but yeah, this is scripted and staged too. Someone made all the agendas and then sent the documents to these different people, and then they got together, and here we go. Viva la Russia, right? Prussia. Moving on here. Wow, look at the destruction. This is just insane what took place in Florida. Again, my heart goes out. All this is going to be built brand new again. Okay, it's all going to look spotless, brand new, clean. Don't worry. It's going to give so many people jobs. Everyone's going to come in and save the day. Now, apparently, you have to have every single license in the realm to do any construction work here in Florida. You have to have papers to fix this stuff. I can't just drive there and fix all this. Now they got to say, oh, you got this license. Yeah, how much is your insurance? You have $10 million insurance. Now you got to have all the paperwork to go build this. But there are guaranteed people that live out of trailers. They're on their way down there with the tools. You can imagine, you can bet on it right now. This is a lot of money to be made. The palm trees are so tough. Look at these beautiful babies. They managed to survive this crate. They're built to survive these storms. If people could be a little bit more like palm trees, we'd be doing better. That's a sign to me that, yeah, this is bad. Most of this was caused by water. And there were a lot of high winds too. But if there were super bad high winds, you wouldn't have any of these here palm trees or leaves. So you can see it, but they are strong as heck. But my heart goes out to all these people. What a crazy hurricane. We watched most of it because, we had the time off. And it was interesting to see. Moving on, we're almost through the news section here. This is coming from, what do we got this on? The Sociable, this website here. It says, quote, "We own the science and the world should know it," the UN representative says to the WEF disinformation panel. I say here, by declaring they own the science, Satanism, pertaining with big tech to manipulate search results and pouring millions into media outlets, the unelected globalists that don't live on a globe, dumbasses, are showing their true colors for all to see their perspective. Yeah, well, I mean, again, now we've got everything that they do. We're going to continue. I wish I could do the you do all that capitalized, uncapitalized typing. They set up division. So now you got to support, I'm with the United Nations. No, I'm with the WEF. And then what they do is they control you and lead you to bad places through the divisions. You're going to stumble and fall into a hole, and they're going to be laughing and watch as you fall down. That's what these crooked ass people want. So both the United Nations and the WEF are satanic organizations run by the Church of Satan, set out here to specifically mind control and depopulate the realm. That's the truth of it. Moving on. Every single politician, don't get it twisted, is in a secret society. The majority of them, are Freemasons. So this is the one in Italy. Everybody was sharing this up, and listen to her. She stood up. She's fighting for freedoms and calling out the New World Order, right? Here she is here sporting up the Freemasonic necklace, right? So I'm not fooled by any of this. If you just sit back and take a look at things and let time go by, everything always exposes itself. When they so-called replace a leader with a new leader because the other one was bad, right? The one that they put in is twice as worse. They're going to be a snake hidden, right? They're going to be the wolf behind the lamb. Right? You got to watch out for these people. We're watching. That's not a surprise here. First reading. This is hilarious. Coming off the National Post here. CBC says it's not considering dropping so-called requirement for journalistic objectivity. Are you effing kidding me? The CBC has never had journalistic objectivity. Ever. This is a sham. This entire organization has been nothing but a propaganda head for the New World Order. This is how they do it. They brought the TVs into creation so that they could make places like CBC and feed you dis and misinformation to control you. They've never had objectivity. But here they are saying they're going to uphold it because they want you to believe that they have it.
People believe what they want to believe.
Elon Musk plans to put out Optimus robot in every home, he says. On the cusp of Tesla's AI Day, the question is whether this is the year he finally unveils one. Is this going to be like that robot in Rocky that served him his coffee and the beers? So, okay, just a quick thing on AI. Everybody thinks AI is some sentient life force. All AI is a computer program. Okay? AI only does what you program it to do. It can't think on its own. It can't come up with answers. It can't drive a car. Okay? It can't do any of these things. It's retarded that anybody would ever try to make you think that AI is anything other than a computer program. I can't make a video editor. I can't make a video in my video editor that'll start making me a new video. It's not going to ever happen, no matter how hard I try, no matter how smart I think I am. A computer program only does what you program it to do. And if you do any bad programming, it just fails. Error and crashes. So all this nonsense about AI is nonsense. Watch out the dis and misinformation that people bring to you about that. The convoy of light, they say. Look at this. Thousands of migrants apparently approaching this Turkish city. Look at this nonsense. What are they saying? How far did these people walk? The final destination, they say, for these people on foot is Western Europe, mainly Germany, the UK, and Sweden. So they're walking from somewhere around in Turkey. These kids. Just like, we don't speak that language. They've got little kids here. They don't have any, I don't see any water. I know this is like 1980s quality footage, but these people are going to walk thousands of miles, hundreds of miles, 1,000 miles. How far? How wide is Europe? How far is Turkey from any of these cities? Storm the Greek border. They're going to move more north to the Balkans. Germany, UK, these little kids right here, they're going to walk to Germany from Turkey. Where are they going? This is so retarded. I can't even believe that people believe this. I really can't. So there's crazy disinformation coming out in the world right now. And check this out. Apparently, defibrillators. I can't say it. Oh, I'm not even going to try it. These should not be popping up on the street corners, okay? This is ridiculous. What's going on? The sudden thing is just too much. This is how they're just going to just shuck it off. Well, it wasn't because of anything else. This is normal. We've always needed defibrillators on the street corners. We've always needed that. What is this? So if someone's having a sudden thing, you just pick up the phone and then they come rescue you. All right? That's what they want us to believe. This is pretty funny too here. This one says, it's comical how the Nord Stream sabotage will be investigated by Sweden, right? A NATO applicant, but they can only investigate under strict U.S. supervision. The funniest part of all of this is that Russia, the country which designed and built the pipes, and they're not allowed to take part. How retarded is that? Come on. We live in this clown world. It's just upside down. I still can't say it. I'm gonna stop. Hopefully you guys had a chuckle with me, my style this morning. But you'd want the company that built it to fix it and investigate it, right? Obviously. And the last news tweet of the day, coming out of the communist Canada. Truth he don't. Government allows China to open police stations in Canada to actually monitor Chinese nationals. Are you kidding me? What is this? What are the tiny hats up to here? Okay, you can't set up police departments for non-Canadian citizens. This is the most ridiculous thing I've ever read. One of, right? But yeah, it's happening. Apparently the Chinese are allowed to set up their own Chinese police forces in Canada. It's 2022. It's now Friday, September 30th. Thankfully, it's Friday. I'm sure everyone could use the weekend out there. It's now 6:56 a.m. in the Central Standard Time. That's 7:56 for everybody on the East Coast. If you're late for work, hurry up and go. And if you hang your keys up by the door, you'll never lose them. You won't be late. But anyways, let's hear another song, and I'm going to see you guys after this.
I'm wrong. Please don't tell me that you're gone. Please just say I'm wrong. Please don't tell me that you're gone. Please just say I'm wrong. When I see your face in my dreams, it keeps me so warm. Please don't tell me that you're gone. Please tell me I'm wrong. Please don't tell me that you're gone. Please just say I'm wrong. Please don't tell me that you're gone. Please tell me I'm wrong. When I see your face in my dreams, it keeps me so warm. Everybody hurts in the night time. Everybody lives with this fear. Like nobody is gonna find you. But are you even here? Are you here? Everybody hurts in the night time. Everybody lives with this fear. Like nobody is gonna find you. But are you even here? Am I even here?
And that's a good new one by MDWS and Find You. I love bringing new music to the realm so much. Honestly, it makes me so happy. All this truth stuff is just secondary to the music some days, you know? I just love it. So let's get back into this. Some of these memes here. It says, at some point in all lineages, a soul will be born that actually decides to bring healing to their ancestors. If you're reading this, chances are that, hey, that beautiful soul is you. Good morning. It's true. It's true. This one says, step over ants. Put worms back in the grass. Please, rescue baby caterpillars. Release spiders back into your garden. Open windows for bees to fly back home. They are all little souls that, yes, deserve to live too. This one's so beautiful. This is something to teach the young ones, okay? Respect all life force, okay? These are just different angels inhabiting lower, we call it lower, but they're just in a different form than us. So, you know, some of them are bad. Some of them need to be taken out. Yes, same with humans and everything else. But we're not going to do the Bill Gates depopulation method. We're going to do it through love. But yes, please do all these things and teach your young ones this, okay? Because I know when young ones, they want to harm these little things. They think it's fun, and they don't understand that it's wrong. That's why it's our job to teach them not to kill. Step over the ants. Don't kill them. Worms are really good for your garden. Caterpillars turn into butterflies, right? You want to feed them. You want to grow stuff that actually helps these beings. You know, spiders, you know, I had to make peace with spiders. They're cool. They eat the little things that want to bite us. The spiders are our defense against those little bugs. They eat them all, right? All this is good stuff here. This one says, Cerveza didn't cause millions of deaths over the past 2 years. The treatments did. Right? Think about it. I know you all know that's true. But look here at the bottom, it says, what if that's true for every disease? Let that sink in. Come on. It's true. But I'm not giving any medical advice here. 75 different names for sugar on the screen right now. All these things. How many of them are toxic? How many of them are good? So it's easy to discern which ones are good. You have to get anything that's natural. Okay? If you bring me a sugar cane and tell me to chew on it, I will. It's probably good. Right? But if you give me all these syrups, all these everything else that they've turned all this nonsense into, it's become toxic. It's just what it is now. And we're learning about it here. This one says the low glycemic index fruits: apples, watermelons, guavas, blueberries, cantaloupes, plums, oranges, strawberries, grapefruits, pears, lemons, peaches, nectarines, limes, cherries, mangoes, kiwis, apricots, apples, and last but absolutely not least, cherries. These are all good natural ways to get sugar in your life. And, you know, these are all great. And they all do different things because our avatar suits are electric, and all these are very electrical. Okay? So, moving on. Some beautiful art. I love digital art. I just do. I don't know why. Always just speaks to me in weird ways. Did you know that you could have an electricity-free fridge? Yeah, check this out. You just take a smaller pot and put it in a bigger pot. This one happens to be clay. Fill the space that is between them with, yes, they say wet sand, and cover the top with a wet cloth. When the water evaporates out of the cloth, it actually pulls the heat with it, making the inside smaller container cooler, right? So if the power goes out, get you some sand, some water, and some flower pots, preferably clay ones, right? And put them in in the cellar or somewhere away from the sunlight, and fill it with sand and wet it, and cover it on top, and it will keep your food fresher for longer. The stuff that you grow that you don't eat right away, that you have to harvest. So just thought we'd bring that to your table. Check this out. It says here, I see that Zelensky just bought his parents an $8 million villa. $8 million, huh? Complete with a saltwater pool, which is super important. This is the most healthy way to have a pool. The saltwater just leaves your skin so soft. I strongly recommend it over any chemical pool. Just a natural saltwater pool is the way. No wonder Zelensky's buying it. And they all got brand new vehicles here. 3 of them, it says. Let's just keep sending billions of our tax and dollars and foreign aid to the Ukraine. Yeah, it's just a big joke. All of this aid. They just move fake numbers around on a screen. This is beautiful. Good morning, everybody. Is this real? This picture just looks amazing. They're just calling me into these here hills across the water, right? This is a reminder for everybody out there. Quote, this is from Albert Pike, the immortalized Freemason to the Freemasons, right? Yeah, you're all immortalizing a nonsense puppet too. Quote, whenever the people need a hero, we shall supply them. So be careful who your heroes are. Be careful of me, right? Don't believe anything I say. Test every single thing you hear me say. And if I'm wrong, come and tell me. Please, do you have freshly ground coffee in your life? I do. It tastes much better than store-bought, ground. Yeah, they say put it in the freezer. It keeps it fresher, right? Nah, it doesn't. Look at this one. Nord Stream 1 and Nord Stream 2. Here we go. And it's a submarine. Bell ringer of the morning. Hilarious. Thank you for this one, Marty. This is a good one, Marty Ma. This one's a good one. Viva la Germany? I don't know, but this nonsense is hilarious. I like when people make this kind of stuff. It makes me laugh in the morning. This one's a little more important. It says transhumanism. The merging of man and machine is no longer science fiction or a hidden agenda. Transhumanists are seeking to enhance human abilities through a mix of different advanced technologies, such as, yes, microchips, nanotech, robotics, cryogenic freezing, and yes, the infamous AI. The elite plan to use this technology to achieve immortality, they say, and be, quote, Godriel-like. Thus, it is the same lie that Hasatan told Adam and Eve. True, very similar, of being, quote, that he didn't tell them they're going to be godlike. He said Yahawahashai, right? But anyways, transhumanism technologies will also be promoted to society and will ultimately lead to the future mark of the wild animal, which will re-engineer DNA and corrupt the temple of Yahawah, which is us, right? That's where he lives. He doesn't live in buildings that we make. That's hilarious. People call them churches. He's not in the building. But yes, AI, this transhumanist agenda is important. They are actually going to create a simulation within a simulation, and it's going to become their own prison. So don't worry, keep your head up. This has to take place. We're almost through. I got to go hang some rock today, do some drywall. Good old gypsum. Did you know that gypsum was the byproduct of Sodom and Gomorrah being destroyed? It rained down as fireballs from the sky and destroyed the cities because they were so wicked, right? Wicked, wicked, wicked. I can't even tell you what they were doing to the people. The stream will be taken down real fast. But I can tell you that we are in a similar situation today. This one says, I hate when people confuse education, right, with intelligence. You can have a degree and still be an absolute idiot. It's so often that this is, someone will say, you're one of them conspiracy theorists, right? What degree do you have? That's what they say. Now, anyone who has a degree is in a secret society and they've been mind controlled into the position that they're at. And they usually hold the most indoctrinated minds out of all of the people. The least educated one that wants to learn is the person I want around me. The most educated person I don't want anywhere near me. So that's my take on this. This one here is so important. Okay, I bring so many things to the table, and a lot of the times I get ridiculed by my own so-called, Christian believers, right? They come and tell me I'm a Satanist. This here is herbs for anxiety and panic attacks, because I know with the whole realm in today's situation that so many of us go through these moments where we have these, your heart starts racing, you can't breathe, you're sweating. I don't know. There's so many things that happen, but there are herbs that grow up from the ground. They're natural. The creator put them here. We got St. John's wort, reduces symptoms of moderate anxiety, depression. We're trying to support emotional health here by eating plants. Okay, ashwagandha, right? This one's important too. This one's for rejuvenation, calms the nerves, improves mental well-being, protector for chronic stress, right? These are important. Kava kava reduces symptoms of stress, anxiety, pain, deeply calms the central nervous system. We all need this. We need to look into this when we're suffering from anything that's causing us to be painfully spiritually hurt. We don't need the pharmaceuticals, right? We got a bunch. There's so many things. Now, I don't know all of these. Some of these are new to me. I know passion flower. I know valerian. I know lemon balm. I definitely know lavender. I have a song about it. Lavender and red wine. Essential oil are greatly effective in quieting the mind and relieving stress. So lavender is good. Passion flower. These are all natural things that we should be taking if we have stress and anxiety and panic attacks, not pharmaceuticals. Is this rhodiola? Oh, I have to get YD to tell me how to pronounce this one. I've never seen this one. This one's for stimulating the mind. But yeah, so I really want to promote that people start to get more understanding with the natural part of this earth, the realm, Mother Earth, and what she offers to help us. Instead of, relying on anything else. Just you. And then get in touch with nature. And you're going to start healing. This one's good because it's important that we talk about this. It says, in a moment, we shall be changed. Now, we're going to get new avatar suits. Okay, we're not going to disappear and go to the kingdom. Okay, the kingdom is coming here. Until it gets here, you got to be reborn over and over again. Okay, we're not going to disappear, but yes, we are going to be changed. We're going to be changed and made incorruptible. Right? What this should go on to say is that we're going to feel no more pain. There won't be any more sadness. We're not going to lie, cheat, steal. All of it's going to be gone. We're not going to be tired. We're not going to have to deal with any of the trolls that we've had to deal with for the past 6,000 years. This is so important. I can't wait. We need to be changed sooner than later, please, if any of the administration is tuned in this morning. This one here is important. Chrislam confirmed. Led by, they're saying the false prophet, Pope Francis. Leaders of the world religious formally now adopt human fraternity document at the 7th Congress. They're saying here the one world religion of, they're calling it Chrislam. So they're mixing Muslim and Christian together here. So we're just calling to attention that they've made some kind of a covenant here. This is a good chance this is the false prophet spoken of in the scriptures. And we're watching this. I want to bring it to your desk too. This one says the eyes are useless when the mind is blind. So use your mind with your eyes. The two combined make the best picture, not one without the other. Okay. And if you didn't know, it's terrorism. Yeah, with a huge ass budget. Anyone who says they're trying to reform and repopulate the promised land is an agent of Azazel. And he's here to spread disinformation and death. That's it. Anytime you see anyone saying they are an agent of death. That's it. But this is beautiful. Digital flowers. Good morning, everybody. It's now 7:12 a.m. Friday, September 30th. That's 8:12 a.m. in the Eastern time zone. If you're late for work, you better go. It's almost time for me to go soon, too. But it's okay. It's Friday. I got some drywall to hang. I kind of like it. Don't tell anybody. Again, I'm putting up on the walls the stuff that rained down fire and brimstone becomes drywall. Right? Life opens up in so many different ways when your energy has been awakened. I can't. There's not even enough time in 5-hour podcast for me to explain to you how your heart, how your soul, how your spirit, how your eyes, how everything just opens up when you accept the truth as is, and you just vulnerably humble yourself and start following your own soul. I sometimes write stuff that's vulnerable and personal, and I post it. You know what? When I wake up the next morning, I feel invigorated when I do it. I feel like a weight's been lifted off me. You know, sometimes when we shackle ourselves down and we don't express ourselves artistically, emotionally, through love, we become toxic. We're not supposed to hold that in. Now, right now I'm going through a period of time where I'm trying to humble myself and be clean and loving and do what needs to be done without being thinking about me, what I want, my pleasure, my service. I'm trying to love other people and just work hard. So what we always need to constantly look at is we don't want to stifle our soul. It's very important, right? Don't stifle it. Don't close up yourself. Open it up here. It says, but also, this is very important, protect yourself from your own negative thoughts, okay? Sometimes you have to put an elastic band on your wrist. Okay, you guys want to know what I suffer from? Okay, I've gone up to 500 pounds almost. All right, down to 240 and back up and down. And some days I feel horrible. I don't want to. People used to stare at me all the time when I was a huge monster. Sometimes I just feel like, I suffer from my own negativity. I do. And if it gets to the point where it's too bad, where I don't want to go out, I don't want to do a live stream, all of a sudden I don't want to post anything, I'll put an elastic band on my wrist, and every time I have a negative thought, I flick it. I flick it. And I continue to do that until it stops. Because our own negative thoughts are lies from the pits of hell. That's all they are. It doesn't matter if you're overweight, you're still beautiful. You got to get up and start getting in shape. It doesn't matter if anything that you think you're not big enough, you're not fast enough, you're not tall enough, you're not strong enough, anything you think that you're lacking, all you have to do is tell yourself, no, because I have something else more special. And you find that. And now you find your uniqueness. And that's why you were created. You weren't created to follow the path of anything else. You were created to be you. Protect yourself from your own negative thoughts, please. I want to pin this one to everybody's fridge. So when you're going to get something to eat, I want you to read this. Please. I can't wait for the weekend to start. A few more hours to go, they say. CO2, they say here, is 0.4% of the total atmosphere. Humans are actually responsible for just 3% of only that 0.4%. But they want to depopulate the entire realm because of it, right? Okay, Bill. Thanks. This one's important here. It says, quote, the wicked flee when no one pursues them, but the righteous are as bold as lion. They're not going to flee. They're going to stand right here. As soon as you cross that line, they're going to tear you to pieces. Bank on it. This one's beautiful. It's just when you know something is right and true for you, you actually don't have to explain yourself or defend it, ever. Stand up, be strong. Own it. The truth is, yes, still truth. Even if I am the only one in the realm that believes it, it's still true. And a lie is still a lie, even if every single person in the realm is going around repeating it. It's still a lie. Know this. Free yourself from the false dichotomies that this new world order tries to put on top of you. Get rid of those thoughts. It's true. Intact found Russian passport floating atop the bubbles as the Nord Stream pipeline leaks the supposed gas out into the atmosphere. So don't worry, they found it. This one says, I used to be afraid of the dark. I did. I used to run home from my best friend's cottage down to mine. All alone. I'd run. And I'd run on bare feet on gravel rocks because I was afraid of the dark, okay? But guess what? I actually grew up, and now I've learned that I am the light. And that darkness is actually very afraid of me. You can also find this in Ephesians 5-8. Finding happiness is a lot like finding yourself. You actually don't find happiness. You make it. You choose happiness. It's a self-actualization process. This is the discovering of who you are and who you actually want to be, and paving the way to happiness by actually doing what brings you the most meaning and contentment into your life over the long run. So through building up finding what you desire. I desire music. So getting brand new music each and every week and mixing it together and sharing it with the realm is something that I'm doing. It lifts up my happiness. I can't talk today. I am such a stuttering, bumbling fool. I just want everyone to fall in love with themselves again. The things that you used to love before this world wrecked you. You're not wrecked. You're actually you were planted. And now you're going to bloom. And as soon as you start doing these things and continue to follow your heart, you're going to be way better off. So continue to do this with me, please. This last one, but not the least, says, I am a creator. I am not a victim. I am a creator. The mind shifts this realization brings into my life is the most powerful of all, for it means I can change any situation. I can live doing things I love. I can maintain peace in my world. I can allow myself happiness. I can live in growth. I can live through any challenge. I can embody and be love. I can have compassion for all. I can create new dreams over and over again. A creator means I can. And you can too. I hope you all have a really good weekend. It's now Friday, September 30th. We're on the brink of October. We're going to have the Atonement coming up real soon. Right? Don't worry, we're going to be live on Sunday. We're going to be live on the Awake Souls YouTube channel. And soon it's going to be Tabernacles. So thanks for tuning in. It's now 7:20 a.m. in the Central. That's 8:20 in the East Coast. So I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Let's get this weekend going. And the last but not least song, I might as well tell you who it is before I end it. This one is hilarious. This is the only country song you're ever going to hear me mix in a drum and bass mixtape. It was called Better Than Gold by Justin Hawks and Andrew Hillier. And this tune just blew me out of the water. I could not believe when this came across the desk last week. I was like, are you kidding me right now? Really? No, I'm not kidding you guys. This is country with a banjo and it is just banging. I'll see you guys next week.
Tough, you gotta look at your friends beside you. Every now and then send a prayer up, 'cause the devil's 2 steps behind you.